And you know what? I don't like working for the second time when I should never been laid off the first time. You know what I'm saying? So take it with a grain of salt, everyone. That's the one that has, mind you, this is a doorman job, right? So take it with a grain of salt. There's nothing really special other than knowing how to communicate with the residents. Speak another language if you can. That's a plus. Know how to read and write and sign documents, and know what to sign for, and who's coming in the building, and make sure that no one that isn't supposed to be in the building should not be in the building, right? You got some responsibilities, right? But today was a responsibility for an employer to let me know ahead of events that, hey man, I think we were just gonna lay you off. And they should have said that before I went on this hiatus for the surgery, right? And they should have said something before that. But instead they didn't, no reports, nothing, right? And today, as I'm looking for another job in the library, because I'm using the library's Wi-Fi to do everything. And the only library the only two libraries I do want to go to is here in Long Island City, and the one that's like kind of like in Jackson Heights area, because that's also another bigger library. The ones in Bedford-Stuyvesant is just full of kids, they smoke weed. I don't want to be around that, you know, and I don't want to be yelling at someone's child when, you know, it's not technically my child, but as an adult, I want to protect them too, and let them know someone that's been their age, like, it's not worth it. But some people think I'm overstepping when it comes down to parenthood, when I know parenthood better than anyone. But I digress. But to my employer, you know, I like working for you, but the email was just, I'm sorry, very unprofessional. It wasn't very thought out, it seemed like. And it just seems like it was like last minute call, and they were just trying to like meet a deadline, you know? And it seemed like that's what it was, because there were some incorrect spellings, and there were some questions I wanted to ask, but you know what I did? I did not reply back to the email at all. I just read it over and over again and realized like I'm not valued at all. No matter what I do, no matter how genuine I can be, how doesn't matter what I do, I'm not good enough. So I have to do it on my own. And this is why, ladies and gentlemen, I always like to do things on my own. Don't rely on the government no more, no city, no EBT. But, you know, take it with a grain of salt, everyone. So now, I'm saying to myself, like, I'm renting this place for another month and some weeks. And I'm asking myself, like, I could have used that money to buy an electric scooter and maybe get lucky doing deliveries. I don't know, because I did that before, and that was like, this is when 2022, when people were actually getting robbed doing the deliveries in New York City. It was just getting robbed left and right. You had two guys on a moped would come up to another guy on a bike or a moped or whatever you on, and they will both stick you up with a knife or a gun. And that was a problem. It's still a problem in New York City. It's still a problem. But it's not as rampant as it was before. So, and there's another thing, there's a number of things I'm thinking about, because I'm saying like, yeah, I could have used that money to buy a lot of things now. I mean, it's like, and the only reason why I wanted this place, this place in the first place, was to be stable and maybe get back to employment maybe 2 weeks before. Because I was trying to, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not trying to do, how about that? But you want to point the finger at me? I said, but you want to point the finger at me? I said, I'm the problem. Or people that live here want to point the finger at anyone that's houseless or homeless and think everyone's the problem. So And that's not the problem. The problem is the people that actually live here that think they can just kick someone else out of the neighborhood that wants to live in that neighborhood and says we don't want housing for homeless people in our neighborhood because that may bring or attract the wrong kind of crowd. Like this crowd. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying this with the bottom of my heart. This is why I moved from New York 20 years ago. Yuki and I just left because this city will turn on you no matter how much you do for it, how much you love it, how much you hate it, how much you adore it, how much you think it's beautiful. On the other side of those tracks, it's ugly, it's disgusting, it's pitiful, it's degrading. And the way they treat people here is like people that are in poverty, they're not worth the time. Right, Mr. Mayor? New leadership decided to let 16 homeless men die on the street.
Your safety is important to us. Please head away from the line.
He can't handle it, apparently. Or he can't handle the winter here, apparently. I'm not sure if you saw the headline, but it's hysterical. This man betrayed himself as if he can do it all. Listen, we're not going to talk bad about him. I'm just pointing out the obvious. He's not such a mayor that's, what do you call it? What is it? What, Mormonism? How are you going to warm a homeless person with Mormonism? What is that? What kind of word is that, by the way? How about the fact that he can't do anything about it? And mind you, he cannot do anything about it. The city's in $12 billion deficit. Think about that.
Can someone hold the door?
Train's not leaving for another 5 minutes. Dork. Literally says it right there. But people don't pay attention, and that's another problem. People are not good at observation. You see something, you don't want to say anything. And then when you say something, it's not the words that you're supposed to say. You're, like for instance, the other, what was it, the week prior, right? How is a foreigner going to tell an American what to do in a motherfucking New York City state park, that, mind you, city park that the American pays taxes for, and always have been paying taxes for? Excuse my language. But how is that a foreigner can tell someone else, another American, where to be in a freaking public park, when the public park is not even closed, but you're not supposed to be in that area with your dog? See, this is why it said dogs are living. This is why people, don't blame me for the disrespect and hospitality that these people want to show us and you, yourself. When you try to point this out to people, they get upset. What do you mean you're getting upset for? You try to just violate my city rights, bro, and my civil rights. What is wrong with you? I'm a taxpayer. I could be in a parking to 1 o'clock a.m. Parko reopens at 6. That goes for any New York City park, right? But no, this man wanted to dictate and say, yo, you're not supposed to be sleeping in the park. I can sleep in this park all I want. You're gonna call the cops for me being sleeping in the park? Are you kidding me? You wasting taxpayer dollars on that? And you're gonna make some, mind you, they like to fabricate a story too. Fabricate the story like it's no tomorrow. They love to fabricate. Like, oh, the person is black and he's aggressive and he seems very angry, he might have a weapon. They literally will put shit on top of the top of the cream. They put sprinkles and cherries and toppings when you don't need to, because the cake is already perfect where it is with the cream. You don't need an extra candy. Like I said, train leaves in 5 minutes and got 2 minutes left. People don't, like I said, observation. And this is why, ladies and gentlemen, as a native, I got better observation than any NYPD officer. That's why that other NYPD officer the other day or the other week, it's like, how you saw that? I was like, you guys weren't paying attention, but I was.
What?
I just uploaded it today while I was at the library. So I knew that question was going to be the question. I knew that question was going to be one of the questions. And someone's going to ask in the audience, let's see the latest lyric shit. Then watch my logs. I uploaded them. I also live stream all this nonsense. It's funny, they got 2 security guys up here, but none downstairs or at the E-train. So, take that with a grain of salt, everybody. I'm doing it on loop, so I do apologize. I am using the Wi-Fi in the subway right now to live stream this. So, ladies and gentlemen, I do apologize. My voice is a little bit bassy. Kind of disappointed today that when I recover, I might not even have any employment. That's not cool. And it's not fair. People are already struggling on this lady because you need someone. I don't think you need someone. You're not desperate for one guy. I can understand 2 people, 3 people that you need 2 or 3 people. Right?
What?
But you need one guy. You're that desperate for having one guy. I'm pretty sure. So like as I was saying, I could have used that money instead of staying in school. And then again, I could have been a victim of the 16 that were dead. I could have been number 17, number 18, number 19, who knows? This city is going to kill everyone. And it also likes to incarcerate the wrong criminals too. That's why I can't wait for February 25th, which is court date. And that is coming up very soon, everyone. So, like I said to Mr. Jones, you better have a good lawyer, man. And you better have evidence and reason what happened. Because if you don't, this case is dismissed. And I can get the press charges against you now. And bring a felony charge against you. Because I have evidence of that too. So, be aware. So if him, Mr. Jones, David, and all those goons watching, listen, bro, you guys are messing with the wrong cat, bro. Let me tell you, raised in Brooklyn, Harlem, Wisconsin, Osaka, came back to New York. Dude, I still got the respect from the niggas in the hood. Do you? Acting like you natives. You guys ain't natives. You guys didn't grow up here. You guys are pretending. You guys came here during the pandemic. Let's be honest about that, right? Let's be really good honest about that. If you did grow up here, you stayed in your own neighborhood because you were never in the Best-Eye area or the Bronxville area or the Canarsie area or never even in Harlem or the Bronx. Have you been to Tremont? Parkchester? Like I say, some of these people tend to be really hard, think they gangster. You ain't gangster, bro. You ain't gangster. You didn't grow up in a school here and got beat up, or you have to fight six dudes at one time. No. Got that everywhere. Literally, you walk behind someone thinking like you're entitled to question someone's work ethics. Not only that, you're violating your own fucking constitutional and mind you, your First Amendment rights by asking another person that has, mind you, credentials to do the job to, like, I heard you talking shit on your YouTube channel. Dude, I can talk about anything I want. Podcasts, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. Go get a cease and desist letter if I am violating your rights and if this is causing you damage. No, it isn't. It's not causing anyone damage but me. So I get to sue you now for wasting my time, Mr. Jones, and that's what you're gonna get. But you don't got no money. You're homeless. You're probably sleeping at someone's house right now, staying from the cold, aren't you? You didn't put no money up or give the person any money because word on the street is you're not an honest person, like I said before, ladies and gentlemen. This person that assaulted me on January 2nd, the footage. You heard, you didn't see it. So what does that have to do with you? No one talks about who he is. This is why I don't give him money. And this is why I don't even give you food. So ladies and gentlemen, I don't give people that treat other people like shit opportunity. Especially when I've seen it multiple times and then hear it multiple times. He doesn't realize in 2024, I have video on a live stream of him fighting the other dude at Lot Radio over some nonsense. That's why I brought that to the courts. Like, here's a video of 2024 where I had no communication with Mr. Jones whatsoever. And he's having a conflict. No one looks up ever. He's having a conflict with another guy arguing. Mind you, this is why, Mr. Jones, you should be careful who you delegate with. Because you never know. But guess what? I tried to warn you, and you wouldn't listen. So, but now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just gonna end this video. I'm not sure if I should end this on a positive note or on a negative note, because right now, everything is not looking good. I don't even have anything positive to say right now for myself, because like, it kind of crushed, like when I read that email today from my employer, that literally crushed like, oh, I got nothing to go back to. You know what I'm saying? Think about that feeling. You got nothing to go back to. And that sucks that your employer just let you go because he claims that he needs someone else. You were doing fine for a minute now, so why do it now? So, I guess wish me luck, everyone. I'm going to keep continuing to look for a better job. This is why I don't like these part-time New York jobs. They suck, and they can just do what they fucking want. They can just lay you off. This is why I like, mind you, I don't want to go back to government or state jobs, but this is why I decided to work for film and video. Because it's fun, it's great. You get, mind you, you may have all the experience in the world to be a grapher or a video editor, but there's always something on scene that you gotta fix, you gotta reshoot, you gotta reset, you gotta recolor, you gotta, there's a lot of things that you need to know that like could be a headache for videographers. This is why, and photographers, that the job is stressful, but it's lucrative when it needs to be. But now, today in 2026, everyone's using AI. It's kind of hurting, not the video space, but it's also kind of hurting, you know, the illustration artist space and the photography space. AI, it needs to. It needs to learn from you. And that is maybe why the problem that I'm having now with AI. It's like, I can't trust it still, no matter what I do. And I know, Photoshop has AI generation, right? And you can fix backgrounds easier now. But I kind of like the old-fashioned way, where there was work involved and there was a struggle to actually understand how to do it manually. And sometimes you're going to have to learn how to do it manually if you don't have any internet. So if you're working offline and you don't know how to do a certain task or a project, and you don't know how to fix your background or fix anything, you kind of screwed on that. You don't know how to mask anything, you screwed. Simple as that. So, with that said, everyone, I'm going to continue to look for some employment but I'm not going to go to the library tomorrow because I just realized that today in the library, as I was using the Wi-Fi, there was a woman yesterday at the same library, same floor too, on the 3rd floor. But she had a problem with me today. She said that yesterday I was looking at her front and I said, ma'am, I didn't notice, I didn't really pay attention to you. I saw you look at me, you turned your chair. I always have to see who's come up the stairs because, mind you, I need to identify who's here in the library. And I have that right as a civil, mind you, as a civilian, ladies and gentlemen. You have every right to identify whoever walks into a business establishment because you never know what they will do. And you're not looking up, and you, let's say something does occur and police ask you questions. Oh, well, I was looking down on my phone on TikTok, so you were on a fucking TikTok all the time and on Facebook, but you weren't looking at the scene that will happen. That's why. And mind you, people want to argue with you like, oh, you should have been minding your own business, but you have to observe. What is wrong with you? You have to observe everything, who comes in, who goes out, so you know what time. Like I know what exact time when Mr. Jones attacked him. This is why we got down to the footage, to a timeline, so we don't waste valuable space, hard drive space for the lawyers and attorneys. And then, mind you, I hope he understands that like this case is going to get dismissed. I have all the evidence. So, and people that work for this city, right into my attorney, into the district attorney's office, like, why would you arrest me when there's idiots like Mr. Jones out there willing to commit a crime? Mind you, he was willing to commit a crime. He's willing to assault me, and mind you, threatened to take my belongings from me because he heard, because someone told him. I don't go by that. See, as a grown-ass man, I don't like to be told things. I need to see it for myself to know that action is actually real. When someone tells me things, I just take it with a grain of salt. But when I see it, that's when I know either stay away from you, or if you do that to any of my people, you're gonna have a problem. So, and if people don't like what I have to say, then you have a problem now. You always had a problem. Justin knows. Why you think Justin is like, yo man, I can't argue with you, Panda. You're right. I did some bullshit to you. You were trying to give me the opportunity, and I fucked up. When his family reached out to me, I told his family, listen, you guys can't contact me through YouTube anymore. If you want to contact, he's at McLean Park all the time in New York City. I'm done. People from Florida are trying to contact me. I'm like, listen, I'm taking down the video. I'm done. Like, he can get his own help since he doesn't want to listen to me. He just, like I try to tell him, the drugs and alcohol is just a fucking distraction. You're just fucking allowing that distraction to tear you apart. Simple. You didn't want to listen to that, then that goes for David, that goes for anyone down there. If there's a time and a place to drink when you're celebrating on like a Friday with your friends and your colleagues, and your colleagues say, hey man, you want to go for a, after work beer? Like, yeah, I think we deserve that after this fucking week of work, right? Or there's an event. But you're just drinking because you just want to drink on the whim? That's not, you should be going to the gym, exercising, popping some iron, or getting some catalyst going on, or doing something instead of fucking, this is why, look at me. I'm not overweight, I'm underweight though. I used to be muscular and bogey, but that changed after a few medical issues, But like I said, everyone, like I can still get into that shape and that prime. And mind you, I'm rollerblading, I'm snowboarding, I'm skiing, I'm doing all these sports still at this age. That goes to show you that none of these men that are hanging around McLaren Park or anywhere that want to talk negative about me. This is why I said to you in the audience before that, like, listen, if people got something to say they want to say about me and claim they know this is happening, then prove the evidence. Show us already on YouTube. Show me some paper evidence and some video evidence that I have done this or did that or did this. And then I could come and discredit you. Because everything that you probably forge, mind you, people like to forge things, but guess what? You can't forge anything if you don't have a shred of evidence. That's why I keep asking for the last 3 years, since people want to continue to hate me on this channel and dislike my content. You had 3 years to prove everything that you've been saying, but you haven't proved anything. But for the last 3 years, I've been proving every single thing about what I said, what I claimed, and what I know. I didn't disappoint. I didn't let you guys down. I continue with the content. Some of the content may be controversial, yes, but every single content on YouTube is controversial. Everything that we see, cartoons included. You think your children's cartoons are safe? They're controversial. Either they got some sexuality to it, or some hate, or some gender, or mind you, like we all should know this, cartoons have a political opinion in cartoons, don't they? It persuades the young people to pick a side. So pick wisely on what networks your child is watching. Be careful. But most people and some parents do know this, but it's not on their mind all the time. It's never on their agenda. That's why I say, ladies and gentlemen, television is a distraction too. YouTube is a distraction, but I'm just pointing out the obvious, that even the politician can get into your child's mind at a very, very young age and persuade your child. This is why we have problems today as a human species. This is why I was watching Morgan Freeman's back interview on 60 Minutes, and I said the same thing about Black History Month. I don't want Black History Month. Black History Month is American history, period. Why we gotta get a month? Do Jewish got a month? Do Puerto Ricans got a month? Do Koreans got a month? Japanese got a month? This is why I truly believe, and don't take this personally, but Black history is another way of control from the other party. This is why I'm with Morgan Freeman and every other person and Dallas in Washington. Black history. Because it's American history. If you never been in the service, you should know that. It's American history, regardless. And people that want to talk about black, then stop representing white culture, because every day is a white month in this country. But we get 1 month, that's you're just toying with me. Every day it's Black history. So if you guys never seen that 60 Minutes review with Morgan Freeman, oh, you should watch that. I remember that like it was like yesterday. Like I said, that's why I was watching it today. I was like, oh man, why are people throwing Black History Month at the library in my face? Like when I walked in the library today, right? The librarian at the front desk was like, hi, are you going to the Black History Arts? I was like, no. She's like, no, but it's Black History. I was like, ma'am, do you understand what Black History Month is? She was like, you tell me. I was like, and I had to explain it to her. And she didn't even know about the Morgan Freeman interview. That's how uneducated she is. She didn't even know that Morgan Freeman was interviewed about Black History Month. Oh, my panda. And mind you, she's a little older than me, about 57. And I'm saying to myself, you're the librarian, you should have known this. But I digress. I'm taking the fifth. I plead the fifth. So anyway, so if anyone wants to doubt that I'm not anti-black, I just don't celebrate what the white supremacists came up with. Because we know how people, he made it clear. But guess what? Outreach is never going to come to this station because they go to Nassau, they go to Metropolitan, they go to Broadway, they go to all of the coal stations, because what they do is they take like you saw on video recently. Not once, but if you watch my shorts and you watch the log. How's outreach going to come in? Mind you, I was in the station already. It was a 22-minute wait for that train. So we have plenty of time. So they came downstairs right after me, maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes. The woman on the video was on the phone calling 311. She's like, it's cold. It was cold in that subway. They came down there. They were ready. They're probably maybe already around the area because there's a lot of homeless in that area of Greenpoint. They came down on the subway, but they went to the back gate, and I realized why they went to the back gate. So I'm not gonna snitch on that back gate, but that back gate is open in YPD. I'm just saying. That's why. So they weren't even paying, using their city card to swipe in. They were literally opening the back door a certain way. Yeah. So I was like, why are you going that way when there's an exit behind me too? Mind you, there's an exit to go on the other side of the platform. Why are you going that way? Didn't make any sense. They were recording my camera, that's why. That's why you gotta pay attention to the body language. They saw the ID, they saw the camera, they saw me recorded them. You knew you weren't talking to the homeless guy that was sleeping on a park bench. You're supposed to ask him a couple of questions. How old he was, what's his name, did he need anything, does he need any food, some water, is he cold, do you need a hand warmer, would you like to come with us? I know you don't want like the shelter, but can we offer you a hotel for the night at least? Or for the next 2 days? Because everyone knows the shelter in this city is like a prison. It is not healthy for your mental health. Yes, I did. Morgan Freeman was in the army. This is why, if you ain't listened to Morgan Freeman, shut up. When Morgan Freeman speaks, shut the fuck up and listen to that man. Listen to that voice. He won't deceive you. But yes, Morgan Freeman was in the Air Force and the Army. But like I said, when he speaks, shut the fuck up and listen. Listen. But today, YouTube also deleted one of my videos. I just uploaded it. It had a Denzel Washington speech. You can watch it on Instagram. And YouTube decided to hate on it. Like, I'm gonna shit on it and block it. Yeah, they blocked it from you, knowing that it's just a label that produces other tracks. So yeah, there's third-party music tracks. I'm like, oh, that's what it was? Then it should have been free. But I even gave the person credit, and you still blocked it. But I digress. Yeah, me too. I love Morgan Freeman. Anyone that says they don't love Morgan Freeman, we fight him, bro. I would eat you like I would eat your ear like Mike Tyson to the death. I'm telling you, us natives, us old school natives, we are the Mike Tyson of New York. So be aware. I will bite your ear. Mind you, he's from Harlem. Because we will bite your ear. No, I'm kidding. But like I said, everyone, I'm trying to cheer myself out, I guess. Because today we got an email from the employer telling me that I'm been layoff and they have to fulfill that, that position now because they need someone. I'm like, come on, man. I'm like 3-4 weeks away from like truly getting back in the shape because today when I was in the shower and I can feel that in my stomach. I got to be careful when I bend over. So, yeah. So, surgery for my stomach is becoming a nuisance. But now, ladies and gentlemen, I just don't know how to financially, man, I needed that job, man. I needed it. So this is why I said earlier in the video, I could have just took that money from earlier. Mind you, we had $4 grand, right? I could have took that money and just hold on to it and just got an electric scooter and probably did some delivery work again, since it's safer now to actually do it. But then again, if you haven't been watching the news, Grubhub and DoorDash and all these other, online delivery, they really are fucking the drivers over and the delivery personnel over. Yeah. They're giving you a high wage, but no. It's not looking good for a lot of DoorDashers and a lot of Grubhub delivery personnel that deliver your food every day. Now they are working 3 times as much harder to even get the money they once were making. That means they got to do 3 times as much deliveries for the same amount of money they were getting before. And from what I was told, they were making more money, a lot more money then than what's going on now, because there's too many people on the Grubhub program. There's lots of people on that Grubhub. They're talking about millions of people. That's, imagine if it was only 200,000 people on the program. You could make a lot of good money. But since anyone can be on that program, even if he can, mind you, child, I'm pretty sure a child can literally fake the age requirement and get on it. Because we seen that happen this past summer. A migrant child on the delivery bike in front of Target. Remember that video I showed you guys? Or remember that YouTube short? It's a YouTube short. This migrant kid at least got to be like 14, 15. I'm looking at his baby face like, yo, dude, you got the baby face of a 13-year-old. And you're delivering his food? How is that possible? That's child labor. That is child labor. That's against the United States law. No way, man. Your ass should be in school. But I get it. He's trying to support his family, but he knows that if he get an education, he would support his family even better. But then again, you got ICE out here trying to knock his hustle, and probably already did knock his hustle. Who knows? But anyway, guys, hold on. I remember you, man. I ain't trying to put your business in the stub, on the church, but witness wasn't you saying in my car. Saying in your car? What are you talking about? I have no idea what this guy's talking about. Hold on, I remember you, my man. I ain't trying to put your business in the stud on the chest, but witness wasn't you saying in the car. What are you talking about, man? Be more specific. Because I haven't been in anyone's car in a hot minute. So I don't. If you might got the wrong character, because I haven't been in anyone's car in a hot minute, other than city transportation. Do you say in the car? Yeah, you wrote it in the car. That's what you wrote, Mike.
I go to the line.
I'm just repeating in what you said, bro. Apologize, man. I'm just repeating. But anyway, Mike, I can't recollect what you're trying to apply here, so I'm just going to move on. Yeah, man. This is terrible. Now I gotta do... Oh yeah, by the way, I am using the Wi-Fi in the subway, so take it with a grain of salt. But we're gonna get out of here. You guys have a good evening. You guys take care of yourselves. Be safe out there. You guys want to support the channel, subscribe, like, and share. Now, if you want to support any living conditions, any financial issues that I'm having, that's up to you. No one's pointing no guns, no scams, no solicitation, just honest. If you like the content, if you like what you see, check out my channel first before you donate. If you like what you see, donate. There's a PayPal, Cash App, Venmo for your needs. Kind of make it flexible where you don't have to sign up for PayPal. You just click that link and you can just use your debit or your credit card and just into your bill. Maybe you'll get a bill because I have to do the taxes. Like I say, I'm doing the taxes on the Too Good to Go because half the time, and most of the time, I was buying Too Good to Go from that pizza shop and from the Chinese location to pick up food for the community fridge and for those that actually are hungry, like Colombia. Yeah, I bought him 2 sleeping bags. I gotta see if I can get a deductible from that. A small deductible. Even though the sleeping bags didn't cost me that much, but I figured I would take one of my June. Been working since May, June. So, but I figure he's gonna be out here. And mind you, I found out the other day we were out here that he stayed at someone else's place inside an apartment with another veteran that we know, and he's Puerto Rican. So he's a veteran. So if you guys didn't know, in World War I and World War II, even in the Korean War, there was a Puerto Rican infantry. If you guys don't know about the Puerto Rican infantry, yeah. So they legends though. They legends, bro. They had some hardships, man. But all right, guys. Yeah, so I was a government worker in the past. You may have watched my old videos when I was in Portland, Seattle, and doing some stuff in Vancouver for 6 months. So maybe you're an old school viewer. I'm gonna get out of here. My doctor told me I should be eating small portions, but twice a day. If you feel like when you want to eat, and then but you have to eat something at night, but don't go to sleep. Here's the thing. He said, don't eat 3 hours or 4 hours before you go to sleep. So I was like, yeah, that's hard to do.
Understand?
That is hard to do because like, they say I want to eat something and then eat and then I go to sleep like 2 hours away. And here's the side effect of that. I gotta take my meds, right? And the side effect is that I do wake up in the middle of the night when I do that, since I've been up, I've been doing that, and it's been hurting in the mornings. So it takes a while for me to try to feel like I need to eat something in the morning. And it could take all the way into like in the afternoon. And that's what I'm telling my daughter, like, yeah, I'm trying, man, but you know, right now I'm temporarily comfortable, you gotta understand. And most people right now are houses are not comfortable. And I wish I could like put some people indoors right now. I'm not saying I want to be a millionaire. I wish I had the money that I had before during the pandemic. Instead of giving my mind you, during the pandemic, I also help people during the pandemic, and this is why I got a big deductible back, because I was actually paying for other people's stays at the Northwest Portland Hostel. So I was able to get money back from those taxes. So yeah, because it actually was a donation. So basically it was buying these people's time to stay in the hostel, and I'm spending a lot of money. So that's the money I'm talking about. I could have used that money for anyone out here, because it seems like in Portland, people can survive. But out here, people are not going to survive because look at the numbers. 16 homeless people died. And mind you, there's another storm coming too, so it's not over. There's another winter vortex. It's going to be negative 17 Sunday night, Monday, and Tuesday. It's going to be negative at night. Like, you don't want to be outside. No one should be outside. No one should be outside, but people are going to be outside. People are going to be in the subway. So, I remember you. I was the one of your last day, and he was flipping out about losing his government job over surgery. Oh, you're talking about, well, no. That wasn't about surgery. I was talking about, maybe it was. So if you guys remember, I lost my sense of smell for a long time. So I couldn't smell and taste. But recently, in the last like 2022, 23. It was 2023, we were at Park House. I was eating a sandwich and I got my sense of smell back. I think we were talking about that. Because one of my, I don't know, it might have been that. Because I talked about that a lot. I talked about my brain injury. I was in a car accident, so. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you for watching, supporting, doing what you can. But I'm out of here. Talk to you guys in the next one.